So for our first problem, we were to design a basic vending machine that will vend a single 40 cent item and accepts only dimes and nickels. Um, when enough money has been added, the vend signal goes high for a signal cycle, and 45 cents has been inserted. Change would also pulse to give back the nickel. And then after the vending has happened, the state will return to its initial state. So, in going to our diagram here, our FSM, that's what I have, starting state 0, moving through to state 9. State 8 is where we are bidding our first item when we have 40 cents. And state 9 is where we moved if we have 45 cents, and it gives you your change, and both returning to the original state. So in here, let me go to the simulation. So for our FSM, basically we're starting on the top. We have our libraries, energy, our architecture, reset and clock process, and beginning the simulation, we proceed on to the next state on the rising edge of the clock. Right here. So process is when we're in initial state, both of our outputs, in this case our outputs are represented as 1 and 0. As bin and change, and they are 1-bit input outputs. So in our initial state, we're not vending anything, nor are we giving change. So that's what output 1 equaling 0 and output 2 equaling 0 means. But in this state, if a nickel is added, inserted, then we move to state 1. If a dime is inserted, then we move to state 2. Moving on, when a state 2, again, same state for our outputs, nothing is being vended and there is no change given. If a nickel is inserted, we move to state 3. If a dime is inserted, we move to state 4. State 3, state 4, state 5 for a dime. Nickel, state 4, nickel, we move to state 5 for a dime, move to state 6, and that pattern continues until we arrive to state 8 here, where in state 7, if we're inserting a nickel, then we move to state 8, and in state 8, that's when we're dispensing our item. If we're in state 7, we get a dime, then we move to state 9, and here we're dispensing our item as well as giving change. This is the test bench. So all I did was it's a basic setup. All I did was have our case of insertion of only nickels. So have that running for 180 seconds, including the cycle in which we move back to our original state. And same here for dimes. We have a case of searching out only dimes. And then for here, we're inserting two nickels and 3 dimes. So here we're running for 60 seconds, and they're searching out 2 nickels and 3 dimes here. So yeah. So moving to the simulation. Okay, so in running the simulation, we can see that in the beginning, we're starting off with dimes and nickels here. We have our simulation running where we're inserting our numerous dimes to get to the 40 cent, and once we get to 40 cent, we're vending the item here. And yep, and the same thing for here. Right now we have our dimes being inserted, and we continue into we have enough money, which is the 40 cent, and then goes ahead and vends the item here. And then here we have the instance where we have a few nickels being inserted, and then we have a few dimes being inserted here. And then now we're coming to the vending phase here, as well as giving our change on this level. So both of those are ones. And that's the simulation.